and you decide at that point, that's it, boom, I'm done. How's it going, everybody? Byron Ovenstone here, and thanks for tuning in to another video. One of the last videos I did was talking about goal setting and why it's important to understand the why behind those goals. And if you haven't watched that video, I'll tag in one of these two corners above. But I thought moving on from that, the next logical thing would be to talk about the way in which that you measure the progress behind those goals. Because it's all good and well having these beautiful goals, but if you can't measure them, or the way in which that you measure your progress is flawed or broken, then you're not going to see the results that you're hoping to see, and you're going to give up on your goal before you even get started. So let's use an example of like weight loss, because that's one we're probably all pretty familiar with at some stage or another. So it's Monday morning, you stand on a scale and you have a quiet little heart attack because all of a sudden you're weighing in more than you thought that you were, and you decide at that point, that's it, boom, I'm done. From this point on, I'm getting back into the gym, I'm going to start eating right, and I'm going to get more rest so that I recuperate and whatever. So to throw some numbers in here, let's say day one you weigh 110 kilos, and that's the only metrics that you've used. Now in week 4 or week 6 when you weigh in again, you're still 110 kilos and you're severely disappointed, and you're like, oh, I can't believe it, I've given myself blood, sweat and tears here and I just haven't seen any results. Obviously this healthy lifestyle kind of thing isn't for me. If on day one, let's say you had decided, right, I'm 110 kilos, take a picture, snap, right. On the back of that picture you write your weight, your BMI, your fat percentage, you measure everywhere, so shoulders, chest, abs, the works, right? And you measure and you write it down on the back of that photo. You stick it on a wall or whatever, and then you do 4 weeks and you track everything, and then after the 4 weeks or the 6 weeks you take another photo, snap, and you write on the back of that. Not only if you're looking at the two photos, you'll see like a massive difference, right? Like just in the body composition, you'll see a huge difference. But if you then look on the back, all of a sudden you'll see even more, and you'll just be like, that'll drive you to then carry on doing whatever it is that you're doing, because now you're seeing progress. When yes, the weight hasn't changed, but you've dropped 10% body fat, your stomach is shrunk, or your waistline is shrunk in by 6 centimeters, or whatever the case may be, right? But you've got a load of information to pull from, so you can see whether what it is that you're doing is working or not. And this is one of the things that then people don't do with other goals as well. So they decide that they want to be financially free, or they want to be debt free, or whatever, and then the metrics that they're using is rubbish, so they can't see the wood through the trees, or whatever that saying is. But if they had more than one way of measuring their metrics, or their goals, sorry, then all of a sudden they'll see that actually, yeah, they are making progress. Yeah, it might be little, but at least they're still moving forward, whereas just one measurement is not going to cut it. And I've found that this has really worked exceptionally well for me, and I've implemented it in a lot of different ways, and it's kind of coming through for me quite nicely. So I thought it would be logical to share it with everyone else, and hopefully it works for you guys. On the other hand, this might not work for you at all, and truth is, like, no two people are the same, so what works for me might not necessarily work for you. But if it does, or if you've got something else that's worked for you, drop it in the comments below and let's hear it out, and let's start sharing some of this, because I mean, end of the day, everyone just wants to be happier and have a better life, etc. So if this is one of those things that can help them get there, then it makes sense to share it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for tuning in.